Well, it's a ginger cat. It looks to me to be almost looks as though it's thinking, doesn't it? They're all up, all down the street, all down this Balmain Road. They've got these on every pole. So someone really is ginger pudding is this is just me doing this. But, don't know why I'm doing it. But this one's fell down here a bit. But they got them everywhere. Anyway, but very loved, very missed, and welcome back. Okay. Do you ever really have anything new? Do you ever, how can you be sure if you're eating? So, I suppose, if, they stay with you, I guess they might. But I'm not sure about that. Nor am I sure about anything. But, okay, so today, I think perhaps you can see my stomach today. I think perhaps you can. Oh, see what I'm saying? Like, I can't get it. This is awful, isn't it? It's, wait a minute. See an old man bent over, more worse than me, over there as something negative. And yet, I don't think this picture quality is clear on this thing. Or is it? Is it just my eyesight? See? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hello. That's my little favourite doggy. So I've seen that dog and that lady many a time. She does tend to pop up. I didn't realise I had a fan club. See what I'm saying? Look at that. That is just as big as if I was expecting a offspring or a baby. That is just as big. Because I know the rest of me is a little bit on the outer plump side, but the stomach itself protrudes right out, so it's And there's no reason for it. Like, it's not like, I can't think of any reason why that would be. Now, this could be like caused by too much radiation. Good morning. It's unusual for them to say good morning when it's a bit later, sort of thing. I don't understand that, but then again, they do try to throw you, and like there's positive. Like, see, even I don't understand. Now, see, oh, I can't show this. It's very embarrassing, but see, haven't got a lot of coats on today, so I actually can show it. Oh, and it really is. Oh, hold on, that's because I've got my arm there. I just need to. Oh, just making some sort of point that. Oh, if only the rest of me wasn't so sagging, I could show the stomach better. Because, see, obviously gravity has taken its toll, but the stomach itself is a separate thing to the rest, in my opinion. Now, how am I going to look at that? You can have all these negative, and this happened, like my stomach was sticking out when I was slimmer, like say 6 years ago, just before the matrix came down on me. Of course that's heading to 5 years when it opened up and came down openly to me, in a negative manner. Because it was negative in a subtle, secret way before that, but not in an intense way, because obviously if it's going to be subtle, then it has to be subtle, so therefore they're not going to show you not going to be very obvious with the technology at you. It will have to be to where you can't feel it and you're not aware of it, to where you just think that it's a natural occurrence. If something goes wrong, in other words, or if you like my stomach sticking out. See, if only I could. Don't be too provocative here, because I'm really not. But I just can't do it because see, there's not enough contrast, because unfortunately, the top half of me is so sagging that it and I've got that bag there too. I don't know why I brought that, but that's because I have to have something to put the mobile in, otherwise I wouldn't have it. But about a year before the matrix came down on me openly, gee, it's quiet today. I can't believe how quiet it is around here. You do have the patrol cars just going up the side there type of thing, next to that orange thing. They always leave that little black job there for me, because they know I rather have a little bit of an attraction towards those little black sports type cars. I don't quite know why. But I can't drive, but at any rate, like about a year before the matrix came down on me openly, won't be alone for very long, even though really there shouldn't be anyone much through here, because actually this all is closed here. It's all closed, so there's no reason for it to be open. No reason for anyone to come past much. I see the pram. See, there's only one thing more impressive than a dog walker or a pram pusher, and that is the pram pushers that also choose to walk a dog as well. Now, that is what I would call super duper, but you see a lot of it around Leichhardt. A lot. Cool. Okay, so that was the double pram brigade. Because they're obviously not, today's Sunday, so it's early and very quiet on a Sunday. So today I will go back to the coffee with the water place, because yesterday we tried to sit in the Italian Forum because it's now open again, But there's my little doggy again. There we are. Oh yeah, what's his name again?
Goldie.
What is it?
Goldie.
Goldie.
Yes.
Oh, Goldie. Oh, I should have remembered that.
That's
You're
all
a little
right.
sweetie. So well behaved too.
She's so good.
Yes, you're
Very
very lucky there.
Both
You were
of us
going
lucky.
you were just minding him, and then you wanted the whole lot of him.
That's
didn't you?
right. Good memory.
Yes,
Fostered
sometimes
and then
if something
adopted.
is good, you can't just settle for them for a little
No.
while, because you have to have them.
I think for both sakes, as much hers as mine.
Well,
She's
that's
kept
true.
my mental health in order. It's great.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. Because I have to, not be anxious because she'll pick up on it. I have to be calm and
Yes.
patient, and
Yes.
she's training my own mind.
Yes, you do have to have a bit of patience
Yeah.
with animals. I
course.
like animals,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I lose my patience.
Well,
I
this
have
is
to
the
admit.
thing.
But then again, that's because I've got grumpy, you see, myself. It's,
Well, this is
it's
it.
yourself,
It's not them causing it. We're
No.
grumpy,
Well, that's right.
and it comes out on them, and that's not fair. Not fair.
Yes, that's true.
We have to manage our grumpy, and then make sure we don't put it on them, like with other people.
It's very
Yeah.
hard, isn't it? Oh, look, he gave you a look there. He
Yeah.
said I'll take you on if you do. I think
Yeah.
that was the look there. I think it actually was, which was rather strange. It's definitely got a character.
Oh,
and
for
good
sure.
as well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember when I first saw you with him. I
Yes.
said to my son, I'd take him myself.
Yeah.
Of course, I couldn't.
Yes.
But
I know what you mean.
Because he come up, didn't he? Come up and
So
introduced.
friendly and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, little darling.
Yeah. You have a good day, my dear.
Yes, yes.
Take
see ya.
care.
All I can say is, all I can say is, dare I say it? Should I say it? Should I say it? They are so good. They are so good. I have to say it. And, but that is the, well, it's a problem, but at the same time, see, as a human being, you can't help but be lured in by what you want, how you expect people to perhaps react to you, or how you generally think people should be. That's what I think. So you tend to see that in others, and if they are willing to play and present that to you, which if you actually went over the footpath, that patrolling car, actually went over the footpath here to make his presence felt so that I was sidetracked by the video. One nearly backed into me about a few minutes ago too, just before I come up onto that ramp there and turned the mobile on. But I can't film everything. It doesn't, see, like if I'm doing this filming and I do turn the mobile on and you know, see if I show people like that just walking in front, it doesn't prove anything. But if, you know, I got this idea from other people, not from myself, the idea of filming what's around you. But of course I did actually think to do that 4 years ago even, or just when I first started making the videos, whenever that was. No, I think that was less than that, because although the mate, that's a siren in the background distracting me, but although see, there should be no one around here because this is just a side lane at Sunday. See how there's people coming up from that side street there, which really, you know, there shouldn't be very many people coming up there. So there's only a small population in Leichhardt, and of course we have them, you know, you won't be left on your own. See what I mean? So that doesn't seem like much. None of these people seem like much, but if you really allow that this is a suburb with supposedly a population of 14,000, and, you know, if you were in a normal suburb, like I've been in suburbs that have bigger population, that not lived in them obviously, well, bigger population. But, you know, even like I say before 4 or 5 years, if I was standing in the same spot or coming through here, you wouldn't always see people. There were periods when you wouldn't see people at all, but not now. See what I'm saying? See how they just keep coming up around? Like, there's no reason, really. But there's that thing up there. So. But perhaps I shouldn't show But what I was going to say was that like if you're say just walking a block, right? Because I could have filmed this just before I turned the mobile on, and it wouldn't have looked as though there was a lot of people around. Not at all. And what's this car coming through here with its headlights on, even though it looks like a small little innocent car? See how it'll come right round in front of me? Like just a block. And if you see, like I could have filmed, it didn't look like a lot of people. There was hardly anyone about. But if as you walk just that small block, you have, say, 4 lots of people that cross right in front of you. In other words, they come up, but they cross the road always right in front of you. Always right in front of you. And as you walk past the houses, a car will pull out of their house in front of you. And those that cross will go into the houses that are right in front of you. Or someone will come out of the house or whatever's as you're walking past. It's like you start to see that it's a systemised program around you, where to an outsider it doesn't look suspicious. It doesn't look as though people are patrolling or that they there's anything wrong. But in reality, because it's in a short space of time, in a short area, and that it is always in front of you or around you every day, always, to where you never rarely got that block on your own to where someone doesn't or the people don't make their presence felt. See, the whole program is designed so that only you are aware of it, but other people would not think it was unusual. Like if you were walking with someone else in that block, they wouldn't think that was unusual. But if they walked every day on that block with you and the same thing always happened or a similar thing happened, they did it for 365 days, say, then they might start to see, the systematic patrol system operating, But you really have to experience it too, because even if you film it, that's not experiencing it, you see. Because I have seen videos, not about, see how they're starting to come round now? Even though there should be no one coming around here. Really, there should be no one. That's really all I can say. They won't leave you for very long. And that is the reality. But anyway, I shall, this is Sunday, so there's really not much going on. And, it's, see how they're coming all through here. See, really, there should be no one coming through here. That is a lot of people for coming through here, even though it looks normal. None of these people belong here or are going in here. They're all part of a program. See how they're just going up in front to that little street? There's nothing really much up there. See how they're all going up there too. There's too many people going up just that small little street there. Look, if I wasn't here, that wouldn't happen. That's really all I can say. They are part of a systemised program. Now, see, this car's coming up the wrong way even. It's coming because always a car will come up here or around, and yet there's no reason for these cars to come here because, no reason at all. Too many people coming up just this side angle. And notice how they're in groups too. They're actually in groups. That's when they like to be a bit more, feel their presence, I think. But I'm moving along. I can't prove that. But if you live in an area, you know that all those things are new. There's no reason for all those cars to be parked in there. There's nothing there. And those cars will stay there all day and all night because they are part of the program. Even all these cars parked here, they're just cars, but there's cars parked everywhere around Leichhardt where the streets I go, because that way they can get in and out of them as they want to. That fella there. I know I've got a mobile, but everyone is... Stop, I'm going to sneeze, I think. But let's just say that I could not stand in this kind of little lane here without people coming around. This fella has come back. See how obvious he is? He walked past how he's come back. He is an obvious patroller. So he's not even shy about it, see? You saw that, didn't you? That was on video. He came down and now he's just going to stand right in front of me. It's actually provoking me to move along. See? Watch. Just watch. Just watch. I'm not going to film his head. But look, just watch. Did you see that? Did you see how he just stood there on the pole and now he's gone? But basically that was just patrolling intimidation, really, in a way, making themselves very obvious. Now we have these ones in front going into a place which shouldn't even be open. I'm not quite sure what this sign says. I don't even know what this is supposed to mean. Oh, see how it's moved away? See how that moved away when I went to film it? That's magic. See how it moved away? That's because, you see, that is a sign for them. I don't want me to think, or you to think that. That's for them, you see. They want to think that they're the ones on top and that they've made it and they're back on top. Because don't forget, all that lockdown and stuff is all part of their program. Too much reflection there, I think. Too much reflection. I better get going down and get that coffee. I don't even know why I filmed it. But see how we got... See, that fella's come back again. Can you see that? Not that fella there, but the fella down. And see how he's got his hand behind his back? And see how this fella has come out to stand there? But that same fella was still made, because he knows that I noticed him, you see, so he's used that. There's another one coming up. See, he's still there. He's actually... See that fella in the distance? It's the same fella. He's just lurking. He's an obvious controller. But they get energy out of it, I think, because otherwise, why is he doing it? It's not coming out properly that time, so I shall film this as a go. See, he's still there. See that black figure in the background? That's the same fella that patrolled in front of me. He's just going to lurk there till I move completely along. And I think I will, actually. I think I will. And I think I'll just close the video when I get to the other side of the road. Let's see. I've got to watch what I'm doing around here too, because these people can throw you. They can make you very awkward on your feet. Yesterday I could hardly walk properly. It's totally out of balance. Today, because it's not a good day and it will rain. They said there's going to be a thunderstorm in about an hour or two, so I have to get down and get back before the thunderstorm is supposed to. Sickness. Is it the energy from those around you, or is it your own thinking, or some sort of realisation or something? I don't know, to where you get But either way, I think I can go across it, but I better be quick, because I wasn't really watching, and it is a very busy road here. I don't think I should tempt their little golden rule that they're not supposed to knock you over. I don't believe in tempting fate that way. But but it's I better fold up. It's actually getting a bit humid now, which is why it's going to storm, because it's see how that car, you did miss that, but that car just did a manoeuvre in front of me on this road. In other words, it changed lanes the minute my eyes went to it, but that proves nothing, because when I make a video, I'm looking at something with my own eyes, but I'm filming it. So you don't see where my eyes go. See, the Matrix is designed to trick your eyes, to take your attention from yourself or from anything else that you might be interested in onto their matrix, so that you're drawn into them, to where they have control, or your attention gives them power. You're not living your own existence. You're living the matrix existence, you see. Now, and this happens wherever you go. You don't have to be on a road to be aware of traffic around you. The patrol system can be big or small depending on where you are. But you know yourself, in this reality, the real thing is, in this reality, if you were stalked by one person, even just one single person, which is illegal as we know, to stalk someone, like to where you wait outside their house, you follow them wherever they go, in fact, if you had a real life stalker, they probably wouldn't be able to watch you inside your house, but they could follow you like out and around. But this stalking program that operates around human beings follows you everywhere you go 24 hours a day. It follows you inside your house. It reads your mind. You have nothing of your own. So you can imagine that being stalked by one person, like supposing you had a relationship with someone and they don't take kindly and they decide to stalk you, or they suffer from that condition called erotomania, which I'm familiar with because, I have seen it in reality. So therefore I looked into it, And we could all verge on it. In other words, if the only difference with the erotomania condition is that it's usually forming a love attachment to someone that you don't really know and that has never expressed that they have similar feelings. In fact, you may have hardly any relationship with that person, but they secretly think that you're madly in love with them. So they think they're justified then to stalk and follow you because they believe it's a mutual relationship. It's just that they probably convince themselves that for whatever reason, like supposing you were in love with a married person, you convince yourself that the person would secretly love to leave their husband or their wife, but that they can't because they really love you. So they build up that mentality, that idea, and so they don't feel that they're doing anything greatly wrong by following the person because that person would really like to be with them because they're in love with them as well. You see, that's the erotomania thing. But you can have people that stalk where there has been a relationship, but where one refuses to accept that the relationship didn't work out or that it's over, and so they won't let go. So they keep, they want to be in that person's life still. And because they're a dominating psychopathic type, probably in some way, at least, I'm not sure how extreme. This is based on the old reality, by the way. This is based on the old reality that everyone is human and that, because we all have touches of those things in us. The only difference is probably is that if you are less controlling or more normal, you might desire to be in someone's life if they reject you, but you would never stalk them because, you don't want to take something by force, shall we say. You don't even want that. You want that person in your life, but it would have to be, where they want to be in your life. So you know that if you stalk them, that that there's never going to be a relationship. There isn't. So it's not like that. Whereas the erotomania, the person does actually believe that the person does want them, but they convince themselves that due to circumstances or whatever, that can't be. So what am I doing here? There's something wrong with me that I go into all these tangents about different conditions and things when I'm just trying to film what's around me. I don't know where all these things come from, to be honest, but I think it's just out of the past, and I think it just triggers something. See, words and thoughts just come and you get triggered. So then I tend to go right down memory lane. See how that fella's over there on the other side? See how there's another fella coming up on the other side? See how there's one just standing there? So I've got three. And then I've got the fella sitting up on the bus stop here. So, it doesn't look like much, but see how he's just going to stand there. Basically, they stand, and they always pretend that they're doing something, but they're still standing. I know I just stood still there, but that's because I was filming the road. But also I was just plain out of breath. It's actually quite humid. It's getting quite humid. See, the car lights won't come out, but most of, at least every second car there has got their lights on. But I better fold up. I'm just going to get some coffee up here, and I really don't know why I'm making a video. I'm not making any sense. I really aren't making any sense today. I know I do try to usually, but my whole concentration seems to have completely gone. It's as though my mind is somewhere else, on something or someone else, rather than even trying to film the nature. See how that fella's pointing over there? See how he's come back and he's standing right in front of me and he's pointing on the other side of the road? Is that not obvious? Can you see him there in the black through the traffic? Because these people, you see, are part of a stalking program. Because these people don't know me. There's no erotomania, there's no relationship, there's no possibility of anything. But you see, because they are downloading your thinking, because this is an artificial matrix, which I don't understand how it works. See how he's come back again? He's a total obvious stalker, look. Right in front, see how he's come back and he's going to stand in front of me again. See, he's followed me. And he keeps doing that. He walks a bit when I walk, and then when I stop here, he stops and does the thing. So, can you see that? Moving away now, but that's because he's waiting for me to come up, because he knows that I'm going to go up to the service station just in front there. So, see how he's coming back and he's actually patrolling like right in front of me, really, backwards and forwards. See? Can you see that? If I was a bit closer, you'd be able to see it better, but it's through lots of traffic. But see, to my naked eye, he's still an obvious one. But what I was saying was that these people do know me in a way. See how that fella's come right out in my line of sight there? That's in my line of sight. I have to emphasise this. I'm looking here, and see how that fella has come out, and he's actually standing on the road pretending to sweep the front of the place. That's actually, there's nothing even open there. All those shops there are closed down. Apart from that one there, all the rest are completely vacant, and the other one doesn't open up today anyway. That one that's there, that new one, that's only open So, you have to know these things. But when my line of sight, I just looked, I didn't film where my line of sight was just then, because I actually looked to my left, but I didn't move the mobile. But that same fella then was in my line of sight. But see, I'm not moving the mobile to where I'm even looking, so I lost track of it now. But what I'm saying is, if it's messy there, isn't it? But if I don't know the people that follow me. I don't know 9 out of 10 of the people. I'm obviously on your own street. You do see and know of people, okay? Your neighbours and those around, and you might see a few of them with your local people. But most of these people that are around me here, I do not know them at all. And yet they are part of a patrolling program against me and others like me. Because they do know me indirectly, or even directly, in the sense that if you are being allowed access to someone's thoughts and you are able to see where they go all the time, they actually kind of do know me even better in many ways than a person that I would choose to perhaps communicate with or even know, because they are watching you all the time and they know what you're thinking, they know what you're doing. So in a way, that's why they have the incentive to patrol and to do that, because otherwise it would probably be boring for them. You know what I mean? It would be boring because there wouldn't be much incentive, I wouldn't think. I would just seem like some old lady. She's cutting the things. I'm going to have a go. What are you doing? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Ask the boss.
You said you could do that, didn't you?
Yes, yes, you cut them anytime you want.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But what do you do? You put
I
them in
know
a vase, do
him
you?
many years.
Oh, you put them in a vase, do you?
Sorry?
You put them in a vase, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, some of them have
Sometimes
died.
I come in
Oh.
here, cut them, I go to
Yeah.
cemetery,
Yeah.
put in my husband, flowers in the vase.
It's like I didn't even notice that I didn't even notice those flowers. But my son told me about them a few
Yeah.
months ago. He pointed them out to me because I didn't know they're like
Even
bird of
cut that
paradise.
white, you see there? The big one, cut all the time because the car pass here,
Yeah.
it's make it a scratch. But here, no car. Up there, there not car. Ask one guy, say, can I have some flowers? Yes, anytime you want.
Yeah.
Say, this time I'm not have a knife. Okay, I give you knife, you're going to cut it off.
They're called bird of paradise, aren't they? My son said
Ah,
they
that
look like a
one
bird.
too
I
old.
never noticed it. I've seen them around.
It's too old, no good.
Yeah, it's got to.
Only one good.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, most of them have died anyway. I just thought that they were interesting there, and I thought, to leave them out a bit longer. But as you say, they will die off, so I suppose you may as well have them and put them in
Yes,
a thing,
yes.
whatever. But yes, they're
Oh,
but
my
they're
God.
fascinating, aren't they? Because they look like a bird.
Get the old.
Yeah, I didn't even know that till